Well, everyone, you might be trying to go ahead and figure out how you can buy, the cheapest used iPhones in the market, and you're trying to figure out how to buy iPhones in the most part for fairly cheap prices, for the most part. Now, the thing I would definitely tell you, in my personal opinion, is that you can go ahead and have a very cheap iPhone, and you can buy them for very cheap prices, but they're going to be dependent on the quality, of those particular devices. So the very first thing that I'd recommend doing is understanding what, type of iPhone you're going to buy. Is it going to be the newest one or the oldest one? Now, if you're trying to buy an old one that's still kind of supported with software like an iPhone 11, I would probably say any iPhone that you're going probably 2 generations behind, so iPhones like the iPhone 13, 12, 11, and below, you are almost always going to be getting a better option on eBay. I do think if you're going that far back, and an iPhone on eBay is probably one of the best prices you can buy. There's lots and lots of deals going on all the time, and there's so many carriers and so many people who just buy a bunch of iPhones at one time and they just resell them one by one. They end up making a little bit of money, and it genuinely is probably one of the ways that I'd probably recommend a majority of people to go through and purchase an iPhone. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is that there can always be little issues going on when purchasing those types of devices. So for one, you may end up buying an iPhone from eBay and it may not be the best quality. It may have some scratches, or maybe there's some things that they didn't mention before that they just brought up now. There's lots and lots of things that can end up happening from that particular standpoint as well. But I would say for the most part, you're probably going to have a pretty good time with an iPhone that you're going to buy on eBay. And that's the first place I'd start off with, in my personal opinion. Now, another way that I'd recommend going through and buying iPhones, for the most part for fairly cheap prices, is also when it comes down to your particular, Amazon stores. So there's a lot of stores on Amazon that allow you a bunch of deals all the time. And it's actually super cool because what ends up happening is that a lot of people will just end up going through, kind of selling out certain iPhones, and you can get them for a lot, of, discounts just on Amazon itself. So that's another very, very big one I'd recommend people to kind of look at as well. I personally love Amazon. It's where I, kind of recommend a lot of people to buy them. And the thing with Amazon is that they're older iPhones. Sometimes you can buy an iPhone 12 or iPhone 11 in really good condition. I would also say the shipping of these iPhones are much faster, so you don't have to go through and worry about the iPhone being shipped like so much later or anything like that. These iPhones typically ship in very, very fast time, so it doesn't really take a lot of time for these iPhones to ship in general. And I would also say when it comes down to a lot of other areas of these particular devices, it doesn't really cost a lot of money for them to go ahead and ship these things out anyways. And I definitely would say from a lot of different perspectives, that's another very, very good website that I recommend people to go and check out as well. So checking, depending on the condition of these iPhones and things like that, there's always going to be little things that you may want to look out for. But for the most part, that's kind of how I go ahead and buy some of these iPhones, in very, very good conditions for fairly cheap prices. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.